So hello guys, and welcome back to the NSOO channel. Today I'm going to teach you how you can transcend your pest control to the next level. So let's get right into it. So if you're watching this video, I am presuming you know how to do these techniques right here. The simple cone full above your opponent and full box, and also the one right here where you take your opponent's wall and fully box them. I am again presuming you've mastered these and are thinking, how can I improve my pest control even more to players like Reet or Wavy Jacob? One of the ways to do this is by learning the high wall. Now to learn why the high wall is so good, let's go back to basics and analyze these basic techniques I mentioned earlier. So here is the clip from before. Now instead of looking at this as one motion, let's split it up into two steps. The first step is placing the wall. Then the second step is editing and placing builds around the enemy. Now let's do the same for the second technique. The first step is placing the cone and floor above the enemy, and the second step is editing and fully boxing them. From those two examples, I hope you now understand that most pest control techniques are done in two parts. The first part involves taking a piece of the box which the enemy is in, and the second part involves editing the builds and fully boxing them. Now I want you to look at this clip right here. This is a high wall and it might look complicated, but trust me, it's very simple. So let's break it up and see what's really happening in this clip. Step 1, he takes the wall which the enemy is standing beside. Step 2, he edits it and pieces the opponent up. Yes, exactly the same as the last two techniques. Now I will say this is slightly more complicated than the last two, but with practice you should be able to get this every time. Now I'm going to go over how to learn the high wall and when to utilize it. So the high wall firstly is the motion right here where you place the wall 1 or 2 levels above you where the enemy is standing. Now placing this wall isn't hard at all, but when to place it is very hard to learn. That is why right now I'll go over some scenarios of when to pull this technique out. Now the first scenario, the most basic scenario, is when you're ramping up and you see your opponent healing up or trying to look for you, with no walls around them. In this scenario, you can just quickly high wall them and edit them and box them. I just said edit them. I don't know how you can edit them, but edit and box them. The second one is when you're ramping up and you hear your opponent right above you. In this case, what you can do is a 180, then a high wall. Now I know in this clip he doesn't get anyone, but I looked for like 30 minutes for a clip, and it's 2 AM right now, so cut me some slack. Now I'm going to go over how you can practice high walls. The first way is through Raiders Pest Control Map V2. This has a lot of courses which help you with high walling, especially course 6, 7, and 9. So what was that? 6, 7, and 9 help a lot though. The other way I would practice high walls is through realistics or zone walls. But firstly, if you're a beginner to high walls, I would definitely do course 6, 7, 9 of Raiders though. This will help you get the basic idea, then maybe you can start implementing it in zone walls and realistics, then you can further implement it into your games. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, hopefully this helped you out. If you want more pest control tips, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'm out.